Hey everybody, one of Weezy here. It's like 4 in the morning, Friday, October 4th. I'm having a great time here. I've got a ton of videos currently in the process of rendering, uploading, processing, and going live, so stay tuned for that. But time to come in now and do some unboxings. One of my favorite things to do. Get the toys, get them showcased, get them in my hand, kind of check out all the little intricacies and, detail built into the toys. What I have here are the three single-pack Newlanders that were sent to me. We've got Torch, Chopper, and Funny Bone. Of course, Fire, Tech, and Undead. And we're actually going to get started with the middleman here. That would be Chopper. I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. This is our first unboxing outside of the starter packs. First thing you notice is the updated packaging. Number one. It's a lot more robust at the hook, or at least it looks that way, in part because of the sharp angles on both sides. Other thing you note, it's kind of like the thumb slot. It just fits in your hand. They've kind of changed it. Here is E3 Hot Dog, and you can kind of see it's rounded corners, no thumb slot. That's why it just slipped. If that was a Trap Team figure, it wouldn't have happened. The Swap Force one I have on hand kind of follows suit there, or not, the Toy Fair Dune Bug, but rounded corners once again, a little bit more rounded actually than what you see with the Giants figures. Now this time it is radically different. Packaging this time around I think is the best yet, particularly on the Trap Masters, which we'll get to later. That said, there's the artwork for Chopper. He is a very, very much anticipated character. I think people caught on to him at E3, thought he sounded cool in concept, looked crazy fun, and I believe he is going to follow up with delivering on what people are expecting from him. That said, of course, he is a Tech Element Newlander. There's a look at him in the packaging. Now, the other updated feature, where the packaging used to have like the blister pack all the way around, now it's kind of streamlined. Obviously, if you're a kid or someone with smaller hands, target audience being children, you can come up, see this on the shelf, and wow, just grab it. It's easier to handle, it's easier to manipulate, fits in your hand, I mean, fantastic this way. And like I said, it kind of draws your hands in from two vantage points that way. That's more detail than you thought of. That's what I do, and it's actually, stuff that is studied and evaluated, so it's got some science behind it. That said, the thing that you will note, this is kind of like a prismatic shape. In addition to being basically a hexagon, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's actually then curved, so you've got one surface, two surfaces, and then the flat surface, so it kind of gives that really cool prism look. In fact, each time I tilt this through the different panes, you can kind of get a different angle and vantage point on Chopper. Very cool. Card is positioned ideally. You've got the character, you've got the artwork, you've got the package artwork. Coming around to the back side, we've got the Trap Team. Note that it is reinforced in the event that, people are tugging on it. Food Fight is going to be the featured character. You can see him in hand on the portal, then in the game. Trap and play as villains capture. Okay, that's French. We don't need to go there. There's our little inset artwork for Chopper. Featuring other Tech Skylanders, we've got Jawbreaker, the new Trap Master. We've got Chopper himself. We've got Treadhead, and there is Drobit, a brand new mini. As you can see, the green check mark is here. This is important to understand, just like we've done in Giants and Swap Force. A lot of people still don't grasp this. I don't think necessarily people that watch my videos, but there's some people in the world that just assume, oh, we'll buy this and use it in Swap Force. No. It's a new character. If it's a new character, it will not work in the previous games. Like Series 4 Gilgrunt, you can use him in pretty much everything. So, this right here, though, Chopper, you will use him in Trap Team. So, if you want this guy, you need to get Trap Team to fully enjoy him. Unless, of course, you just want to display him because he's that cool. That said, speaking of cool, we need to get him out of his little plastic coffin here and get him freed and ready to go on the portal. Chopper, you can see there, his slogan is Dynamite. Coming to the bottom side here, kind of tell you what to expect. Skylander figure trading card and sticker sheets. So, let's go ahead, we'll see how well the glue is, all that good stuff that probably myself and a small, minuscule portion of the audience of Skylanders cares about. Pretty easy. I'm using a better knife this season, so that may have something to do with it, but got a really clean cut. I'm quite happy with that. If you're so inclined to keep your packaging, take your time, be gentle. I'm concerned about the character. So I'm going to go ahead and slide him out again. If you were one to pull him out and examine him or whatever, and then you wanted to seal him back up, as you can see, pretty easy to do that. Obviously, take your time and you can do much better than I just showcased. So we'll set that down, and now we need to actually check this out. Okay, so very simple there. I like that they break apart easily. Don't grab him by the propeller blades, you know, or something flimsy. Go to the base every time it's possible. That's what I like to do. The plastic has been super tight around these guys. I don't know if they had a lot of complaints last year about loose figures or what, but we're going to take a detailed look at that little guy here in just a second. But we need to get this out. Note that this inset package, instead of being rounded, it's actually got the prism shape transferred as well, which is kind of cool. With the cards, bend that out of the way, and then just tilt that down. You can destroy the plastic. It's going to go back into shape. The cards, they're paper stock. If you bend them like that, they're going to reflect what you just did, and you don't want that. So let's go ahead here. We get the stat card, the sticker sheet. Of course, there's the artwork there. You've got his name, QR code, and web code down below that. Let's take a look at the stats for Chopper. He's got power of 125 out of 250. Defense or armor, 50 of 250. Speed or agility, 125 of 250. And luck, 50 of 250. That is going to put him at, what, 350 out of 1,000. That's pretty respectable for a Newlander. And again, I'm pretty sure, once again, these stat cards don't mean anything in the game, but they include them, and I like to document things, so we've got that covered. While I kind of spin him around here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Chopper and his background story. Alright, his slogan, again, if you forgot, was Dynamite. I don't think you will forget that, particularly depending how he says that when he loads up. Growing up, Chopper was much smaller than the rest of his dinosaur kin. You can kind of pick up on that. But this didn't bother him because he had big ideas. Ahead of the annual hunting competition to honor the village idol, Rorketunga, that's probably some sort of a spin-off or pun that I'm missing. Chopper spent weeks building himself a super gyro dino exosuit. That's a very Drobot-like thing to do. When the competition began, he took the air, firing his missiles and chomping everything in his path. With the Chopper on the verge of victory, the competition came to a sudden halt when the nearby volcano erupted, flooding the village with lava. Seeing the residents of his village trapped, Chopper quickly flew into action. One at a time, he airlifted everyone to safety and was even able to save the village idol. For heroically using his head, Chopper was made a Skylander. So, very cool story there, and congrats to Chopper on his heroic deeds and using his head. That's severely underestimated. Now, let's start with the basics. Tech element, we've got the gears, tried and true setup. Do we have anybody here? Let's give a Boomer in the background. Chase McCain is hidden. That's probably a bad time to mention it. If you find him, feel free to post up. There is the tech base on Boomer, which is actually one of the best to showcase the gears. And here it is on Chopper, roughly the same thing. Note, Boomer, SSA, green, and Chopper, Trap Team, red. So there's kind of the contrast in the bases there. Putting these roughly at the same height, I mean, you get the idea. Chopper's full extent is about up to Boomer's head. A little chopper blade, propeller, prop, whatever you want to call it. Gives him a little bit higher of a height. Looks really good. He's got the tongue, he's got the teeth. Look at the detail in the mouth. That is awesome. He's got the little hands on, you know, the little gyro exo dino suit. He's got the blades going. Right back here, again, very Drobot-esque, if I don't say so myself. Kind of like mechanically inclined, maybe makes him speed up, run faster, helps with flight. Who knows exactly? That appears to be a band, I guess, from where, yeah, that's the straps to actually hold the apparatus on him. Note the missiles, one on each side. That is very cool. What really adds to him, he looks super aggressive at this angle, and then when you turn him and you see the tongue hanging out, he looks like he's just a crazy, fun, happy-go-lucky dinosaur. So it's amazing what, you know, just 180 degrees can do. Here's a guy just having fun flying through the sky, blasting baddies, and turn him around, and I mean, he looks vicious at this angle. I don't know if that was intended or just, you know, kind of they wanted a full frontal view to have both eyes showcase better, but I mean, it's literally like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. you know, fun, happy-go-lucky dino and super ferocious chopper. So that's kind of a cool little detail I picked up on. But coloring, very nice. I mean, you kind of think of a dinosaur, you picture like more of a green, kind of like Dino Ring. He's here somewhere. There he is. He's actually still one of my favorite characters. But Dino Ring, Drobot, Chopper, they kind of all have that little kind of, you know, dinosaur vibe going with them. But this is Chopper. He looks very cool. Retail price will be $9.99. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Also available in triple packs. He is roughly the same size as Food Fights. Here's Granite Crusher for comparison there. And then we've got Gusto, kind of, you know, similar size-wise. I know that's skewed. I'll probably have some pictures and a size chart at some point. But ultimate test here for Chopper. Look how close in size he is to Barkley. Let me actually pull this up in my hands for you. Barkley is a mini, of course. He is not much smaller than Chopper. Obviously, you know, dimensionally and detail-wise, you can pick up on that. But overall, Chopper, brand new Tech Element Newlander in Trap Team. I think he looks fantastic. He's got a cool background story, and like I said, he's going to be a lot of fun to play with, and he should be a ferocious Skylander. So, pretty cool little detail there. Again, intricate there, the teeth, the roof of the mouth, coloring. Kind of blends some elements of Drobot, you know. But I'm excited to actually get him in the game. That's why he's my first one I unboxed, actually. So I'm going to do that, but you get Chopper, you get the stat card, you get your sticker sheet with the web codes. You know the drill by now. If you've got any questions, I'm not sure what they might be, but if you do, I'll do my best to answer them. That's why I make the videos detailed. I want to cover as much as possible. But if you are not subscribed, I highly suggest you do that. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+. Take the link at the top of the video description box. You will see everything you want to know about Chopper at this point in time on my site. Similarly, link below that or at the bottom will actually be to the Skylander Club forum. If you have not checked that out and signed up, I encourage you to do so. Absolutely free, and it is going to be a very cool project. Trying to build that up with people that are truly into the game, hardcore players, hardcore collectors, and kind of make it like the ultimate, you know, true fan oasis, if you will. So check that out. There's other videos on my channel kind of explaining it in detail, but I'm going to set Chopper down, sadly, and I'm going to go unbox these other Newlanders. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and as Chopper would say, Dynamite.